All right, guys. Hey, welcome back to A Few Dramatic Men, and let's fucking get right into it.
What's poppin'?
What's up?
All right. I
Classic.
actually would love to kick this off today
I guess if you want to.
because I spent all day on one of my favorite crevices of the internet.
Pornhub.
Close second. Caden, any guesses?
I heard you say it earlier.
Okay.
It's Craigslist.
Craigslist.
A very close
Craigslist
second
forums. My lord. A very special place in my heart. I never laugh as hard as I do when I read through the forums on Craigslist. So, I almost sent you guys both a screenshot of what I found earlier today. It was
Well, I'm glad you waited till now.
It was very simple. It was 2 sentences, I think. Let me pull this up. It says, posted by Long Pig Meat.
That's it.
That's
the joke. That's the punchline.
It says, "Hi, I've always had the need to become livestock on a farm and live and be treated as a pig."
Oh, McDonald had a
Wait.
Yeah.
Is this like...
This is a person saying this.
Yeah, like...
This is a human
It was
being.
under the romantic advice section.
I've always wanted to be a pig.
That's crazy.
But I
Sounds
read
like
through all
some
the
Charlotte's Web
responses.
shit right
I've
here.
read through the responses of all this. And one person was like, "Well, you should be a cow because then you could be milked." And it was like, getting really weird. He's like, "No, I'm a pig."
And what was his reasoning?
Just shut it down.
He was like, "No, I've always thought of myself as a pig.
Being
I
a-
want to be a pig."
Being a cow is just too weird.
I just want to be a pig.
That was
Little
it.
twirly little
And so then the
tail.
person right after that says,
Just like oink all over you.
Oink, oink.
Oink, oink.
so somebody chimes in right after that, like shut down, and they're
He
like,
said, "Whoa, pig, sweet."
they're like, "Honestly, I'm glad that you know what you want to be. The hardest part's finding a farm to take you in."
Oh my god.
Looks like the University of Arkansas is right there with you.
Oh man,
Here, piggy boy.
I didn't know if I was traumatized or just like it was all. Oh, fuck. So yeah, if you ever need cheap entertainment, get on Craigslist
forums.
and just scan through that shit. Oh,
That's
my
crazy.
Romantic
Lord.
advice, by the way. You got to go into that one.
Oh, I also found out that the word association section in the forums is 100% escorts. I was like, word
Ooh.
association, wonder what that could be.
Oh, it's like...
Horny 24-year-old Asian girl looking for company tonight. Oh, yeah, really? Not buying it.
Jeez.
Looking for company tonight.
And it's reposted 4 times, like back to back to back. So it's like, you're advertising something.
I mean, I guess I just haven't been on Craigslist. I didn't know that there was
I'm a
like
Craigslist
sections for this
fanatic.
stuff. Did you know that?
That Craigslist had sex. I didn't know it had forums.
Go to community, go to forums. Is it a community? I don't know. But there's one that's also missed connections. Oh boy.
What's
I
that?
knew-
It's the creepiest thing you've ever seen or read in your whole life.
What was it?
Because missed connections on Craigslist.
God.
It's literally people who just like saw somebody. It's most of the time never even like said a word to them. It's like, "Hi, I saw you wearing a red North Face and
Oh, that's so
I saw you wearing a
creepy.
red North Face in the Kroger and I thought you were really pretty and we made eye contact for a few minutes. So tell me what I'm wearing and text this number if you want to meet up."
Oh.
And this
no,
the
that's not-
title, like the
no.
title's always like, "I know it's a long shot." It's like, oh
That's
god.
the title of the
It's like, I
forum.
know it's a long shot, and then it's like, "Hi, approximately 5'5".
This is
sexy
a long
blonde
shot,
girl.
but I'm going to be creepy
big
on Craigslist
donk.
forums.
That's the longest
see-
shot.
Yeah.
What are the odds of someone going onto Craigslist?
I'm convinced neither of you had any idea that there were like places to post this shit on Craigslist.
No, that's what I just
and
said.
like
I
it
said
be
I don't.
acceptable.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that this existed. That's insane.
I literally read one today. Oh god,
That's terrible.
That's so creepy.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Imagine actually like just stumbling upon that like a month later.
you just got
like,
bored in
wait,
class and you like ended up on Craigslist and you're like, "Oh fuck, that was definitely me."
Yeah. And like you knew who they were
I was looking at that
about.
guy because his fly was down. You could kind of see his dick through his body.
You just kind of see it. It's like
you were like, oh my
lingering out
god,
there.
that is disgusting.
No, really, it's just his index finger, and
He's
and
just
then
like,
I looked up,
like you
my
know,
eyes panned up, and he's just like licking his lips. It's fucking weird.
Oh my god.
If y'all didn't know, we have a dog, and
He wants to go.
he likes to be
outside.
annoying. But hey, he makes it interesting sometimes. And his name is Archie, so if you ever hear, Archie, you dumb bitch, come here.
Or
It's
if you ever
probably
see an
us.
ad for a free dog on Craigslist, that's him.
It's also him. And if we're just like, I saw you in the Kroger, and I just thought, man,
Dude,
she could really use a dog.
unbelievably creepy.
She can really use a dog.
I
She
think
can
or
really
then we
use a dog. Just cut him off the leash and let him go. Oh
Sounds
my
like a-
lord!
sounds like a
yeah,
good
so
plan
I
to
spent
me.
at least an hour and a half at work doing that.
Wow, very productive day for you, Joey.
Yeah, good for you, Joey.
You can't.
very proud
you
of
would
you.
not believe
Because usually you're watching what are you usually watching?
F4H Super GT.
Yeah,
Shout out.
shout out to F. That's our second shout out for them.
To him, I think I've mentioned him in probably every single podcast.
You know, if he's a good guy, he knows what he's
You know
doing.
what actually really bums me out is I love his videos. I love watching them, but every time I put them on, I'm like super engaged, and then all of a sudden I'm like dozing off and like, oh,
Okay,
What
so
makes his videos so good?
he just really, really knows like his racing games. Like he does kart racing in real life, and he plays these games, and he's like he's actually sponsored like to play racing games, so he competes in esports.
esports or sports.
Sports.
It is a sport.
And so like he just really knows what he's doing, and he's like still kind of small. He just got to like 160,000 subscribers, but I started
on
following him
Twitch?
at like 60. No, it's on YouTube only.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like if he really knows what he's talking about and it's just like super focused on that one thing, it's like really entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
So I'm pleased.
I feel like
But that happens. That happens to me too. It's like I watched like this one guy play Fortnite.
which one?
He plays with a ninja. He's just funny. His name's basically I Do Work. Have you heard?
Nah, never heard of him.
Everybody, I think I've heard him just referred to.
I
as
always like the
basically.
low key
Yeah,
ones,
basically.
anyways. So
He's just
except the ones I listen to or watch are definitely not low key anymore, but
like who?
they were one time.
Like who?
Like Dakotas and like High Distortion.
I can't do his voice. And High Distortion isn't entertaining. But I fuck with CDN. CDN's
Yeah,
funny.
the third. Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
But so like I would watch him like to go to I guess like while I'm falling asleep. So now if I watch him like during the day, I automatically get tired. And it's just like it's weird. It's like a mind game. Like
It's kinda
I
weird.
programmed
It's
my mind to
hypnosis.
fall
Actually, that's
asleep
not
to
weird
that.
at all. I feel like that's definitely something that we covered in psychology.
It's
but
it's like the
I
chewing
mean, I
gum while
didn't
you
pay
study
attention in
thing. You
psychology.
chew
Yeah.
gum while
Yeah,
you study and
exactly.
chew gum during the test. It's just associated.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also heard
Association.
if you listen to the gum thing. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't know what I was gonna say.
I also heard that.
I also heard that-
I also heard that if you chew gum, the same kind of gum, when you study and then you go to the test, that it does better. Wait, isn't that
I also
exactly
heard that
what
if you
Joey
jerk
said?
off
Right, that's
and
why I
while you
didn't
eat
say it.
bacon,
I was-
that every time you smell bacon, you just get really horny. It's the
That's
same
called
concept,
classical
guys. Come on.
conditioning.
Aren't you conditioning Mason with the Snickers?
I am. I'm still conditioning.
He keeps
Every
playing,
time he
what is
feels
it?
something smack him in the back, he gets a Snickers.
Was it? Is it Wade
Eventually-
Bowen?
What?
Wade Bowen.
No, yeah, I was playing that, but
He
now
kept playing Wade
now
Bowen.
we just now
and then
it's
just
only when you're
chunks me with
facing
the
away from me.
Snickers.
It's only when you face away from me, and I hit you in the back with it. So eventually, I'll just be giving you full on like kidney shots. And
I don't
you'll be
think
like,
that's going.
You'll
to
just turn
be-
around and you'll be like, "Oh, Snickers."
I don't think you're conditioning me at that point. It's just making me super paranoid when I turn my back on you.
You're just gonna actually get one in the face one day. I'm gonna like throw it, and you're just gonna turn around. Oh,
I just don't see how that's conditioning. I just see how that's just paranoia.
that's abuse. It's fine.
Speaking of candy bars and plastic wrappers, can we talk about how?
Plastic wrappers, Nicki Minaj. What? That was deep. That was deep. Mason still doesn't get it. That's honestly the best part of me telling that.
What? How did you do that?
I have
Was
no
that just something that happened in your head?
just
But you
instinct.
totally ruined my segue.
That was that's
plastic wrappers because she's had like
tons
surgery.
of plastic surgery. Oh,
And
Mason's
she's
here.
oh my god, you're so slow.
I'm glad you helped him because
Oh my
Lord
god,
knows.
he never would have got it.
Yeah, Lord.
Nah, he would have shot out of bed or later. Was like, oh, I fucking get it.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, guys.
I get it.
Oh, welcome back,
The
Mason.
next week, the next podcast, he just like,
He's like, hey, I finally got that joke. Just like just now.
Welcome to
God.
Future Dramatic Pain. Oh!
Yeah, guys, I'll be honest with you. If y'all didn't like explain that to me,
we know.
I definitely would have
We
not.
know.
Well, maybe the audience doesn't. I'm just saying, I definitely would have not known what
Mason
was
is
going
by
on.
far the slowest human being on the planet. He doesn't understand any
That's
reference.
that's very subjective. I am a
Oh,
very
that's so subjective. Shut up. You are. Anyway, back to my segue.
That was amazing. Okay.
That was a great little thing that you did there. What I was gonna say, speaking of candy bars and plastic wrappers, can we talk about how plastic straws are killing sea turtles?
Can we talk
He's
about
been wanting to talk about this
Oh, Lord.
literally all day.
Okay, because me and Mason got into a little scuffle earlier about it, and then Mason tried to make the argument that like he was like, oh well, cars pollute.
This is not where. No, I'm gonna tell you the real backstory. Of what's gonna
cars
happen.
pollute the earth, so why don't people just stop driving
Oh,
cars?
that is
And
not.
then-
that is.
And then I was like, it's way easier to get rid of plastic straws than to get rid of a car, and that was the argument.
All right, crowd. He's making me sound like an absolute dumbass.
Well,
So
I mean,
we're gonna start
do that
from
on
the
your
get go. We're gonna start from the get go as to where this started. Last night we went to our secret party club or burger joint, which will not be
party
named.
club.
Hey, watch out!
What?
You don't know.
Party club.
It's a party
That's
club.
not what we called it.
What do we call it? I don't even know. What was it called?
Our super secret meeting place. It just
All right,
wasn't our
super
party-
secret meeting place.
Our party club.
All right, it was not
I don't
the
know where
super
you. I just don't
secret.
know where you got that from.
Anyways, you done coughing?
I can't stop. So
All right, cool. Anyways, the backstory behind it was we went to our super secret meeting place, and which we just found out last night where
we
it
just
was.
made it our secret.
And yeah,
our
we
super
just made
secret
it
meeting place.
everything. Anyways, no, starting yesterday. And Caden brought up a point that we didn't get a straw, and he was like, and I was like, oh, they're banning all
I said
everywhere
something.
anyways.
I said something along the lines of like they're all gonna be gone soon anyway,
Yeah.
something like that.
And so
Something
I made a thing that I don't even know. I don't even know a fact check. I don't know anything about it. I was just like, like I heard around the room that recycling's a myth, and it's actually like economically worse than what it like could be. And Joey chimes in because he knows everything, and just goes on and on and on about like
Joey is a
environment.
know-it-all.
And then Caden comes in and he just goes, "Hey, like, how about we just save the earth, guys?" That's all he says. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna argue with this, which I did for another 5 minutes, but we left it at that.
And I was like, you know what? Why don't you mind your own damn business?
The earth is my business.
Well,
I guess
you'll be
so.
fucking dead. so.
Okay.
Anyways, next day comes around. We're at work. We all work together. We're at work, and this is what he says. We're washing a car. We're washing a hybrid car, to be exact. And Caden goes, man. Like he's mad at this person because he's been in for the past 3 times, and every single time like nothing happens, and
Granted, I
and
was
he
upset.
and he was upset over like an advisor making him do shit and everything. Anyways, Caden was not having a good day. Anyways, he's getting a little feisty about this guy because this is the third time that he washed this
Third
car.
time in 3 weeks.
Yeah, third time in 3 weeks that he's washed his car. Okay, and he just straight up goes, anyone that drives a hybrid car is a pussy.
I said it.
Wow, that
And-
is so contradictory.
And I said, wow, that's
And this is where
Pretty
Mason
funny.
decided to flip it on me.
yeah, well, I did
You
not flip.
waited.
I did not flip anything
You
on
did
him.
wait. For
I
a
was just
good
like,
time.
wow, like coming from the person that said last night to save the earth.
You did wait for a good
And
time.
flashback to us ganging up on Mason for being a bandwagoner.
Just bring it back to me.
Full circle.
Anyways, he goes on to say that like if you have a car, it should. I mean, you drive it all the time, which awesome point. I agree with it. If you have a car, if it's like it should be part of your lifestyle. It should kind of be something like if you can
Your car
afford
should
it.
be a part of you.
Yeah,
So, like,
if you
should,
can afford the car that of your dreams or whatever, it should be a car that like that represents you. That represent if you're classy, you're gonna drive
My
a classy
truck
car.
definitely represents me.
If you're extra, you're gonna drive a super extra car.
Exactly.
Like that's how it is.
And it's not necessarily how it always is. I'm just saying, like, you can be super bougie and drive like an old Nissan.
No,
but
that's
like
a fair point.
that's just if that's what's good for you. I'm not. But then again, if that guy really likes hybrid NXs, then go for it, man.
Anywho,
I say
this
fuck
man,
him.
This man,
Right?
this man
Regardless.
right here, Caden, straight up said, anyone who drives a hybrid car is pussy.
I did say that.
After saying, dude, why don't we just save the earth?
I did say that. And then
And I was like, well, if we all had hybrid cars, wouldn't that be saving the earth? Or I said something along the lines of that. And then he brings up the
no,
straw point.
you said getting rid of cars. You said we should get rid of cars because I said because
that was
that's just what you said, bro.
you're right, but that was along the argument. That was pretty far away. I'm just saying that.
What do you mean?
It was like far away in the argument. Like it was like towards the end of it.
You still use that. You try to use that logic. You try to compare getting rid of straws
If I would love
getting
to
rid of
finish,
cars.
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
I wish you would love to finish.
I do love to finish, but it's
Zing.
no nut November, so we aren't finishing today,
I'm only
boys.
5 jerk offs deep into November.
Well, you're going to hell.
So does God participate in this? Or?
I don't know. I didn't make the rules, man. I did not make the rules. All right,
I didn't know No Nut November.
Hey,
was
don't shoot the messenger.
like a
here.
religious
I was told
tradition.
to tell you
Don't
that
shoot
you're
the
going to hell.
messenger. Did God tell you to tell them that?
You know,
My goodness.
whatever happens, happens. Anywho,
And on the third day,
anywho,
God said No Nut November.
anywho, I just want to point out the fact that Caden over here said hybrid cars are for pussies, but he still wants to save the world, and he thinks one straw at a time will do the trick, and not hybrid cars.
Okay, so now it's my turn. I did make this statement. I did make the statement that said anybody who drives a hybrid car is a pussy. I did say that. Now,
Yes, you did.
with that being said, with that acceptance there,
Disclaimer.
you guys tell me which one is easier to accomplish. Getting rid of all plastic straws, right? Or even making like half of the population of the United States drive hybrids or not drive at all. Which one's easier?
Well, plastic straws will be around for the next 400 years, so
Getting rid of the use of.
doesn't matter. They're still gonna be there. They're made out of plastic.
So is the pollution in the air from cars. That's not going anywhere either. So
At least it has a cycle, though.
I think both have a good chance.
No,
I like where you're
let's
kinda-
get
Which
down to
one-
the root
what-
of this. I think the original picture of the stomach of a fish and a turtle, their stomachs, is fake and propaganda to ban straws, because straws I don't think are the main problem. I think it's probably plastic bags and other crap like that, and the way we dispose of a lot of our
I think
trash.
it's the way we dispose
That's
it.
what that is.
Okay,
but
sure.
the picture of a fish's stomach or whatever it was that was completely chock full of straws is not real.
I mean, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
It's just not.
When
Hey, just like some straws, man.
I'm not saying
The-
that they don't eat
I
plastic.
got
No,
a
no, no,
fetish
no,
for
no.
straws.
the way that it makes it, a straw can make it down to the ocean, and then it starts breaking down into like microplastics,
Mhm.
and that's detrimental to their health. Not like an actual straw is killing a
It's just
turtle.
a
But did
bendy
you see the
straw.
picture?
It's just a bendy straw.
That's like
His
an
stomach.
old picture. You're talking about like something that
But
they
that's
showed
what
us in
started all
elementary
of
school.
this. That's
He's
what
trying
started
to-
the whole thing that ended up with the ban of the straws in California and all that.
So
He's trying to
listen.
digest it faster because you
So-
know, like when you put a straw in a wine bottle and you chug it,
I'm in.
it goes
Are
faster.
we doing that now?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do.
Is that what we're doing?
No, that's what the turtles are trying to do.
Mm.
Oh, I get it. They just didn't realize you're not supposed to eat the straw.
I guess not. It's a
What-
fair point. Anywho,
I
to
just
go back on the cadence thing, I did say that just get rid of cars. That will save the environment.
yeah.
Then he was
Yeah.
like, "Which one would be easier?" I straight up said, "Just get rid of cars, and we would have a green
You had
environment."
to stick to it.
He's
at
like,
that
"And you
point.
seriously think that that straws won't be like, or that the straw, like getting rid of straws are easier to save the environment than cars. And I was like, no, it's not. And we just went on and on and on. And then he got all butthurt and told me I could walk. And I said, well, you can walk. And anyways,
And then I ended up
all I'm
walking.
saying
but
is,
that's beside the point.
beside
Joey,
the
one more
point,
thing.
I'm going to answer his question. Straws are easier to get rid of because cars are so important, especially in Texas. Straws are very important. Cars are very important in society because public transportation is like not a thing. And if it is a thing,
like
it's
no
for
subways and stuff.
it's
This
for
is totally just getting so far away from what we were talking about.
not really. We were
We're
talking about
slowly
How?
because it's like cars are important in Texas, and then it's like public transportation, and then it was like walk. Like we're slowly just kind of like fading.
Well, I mean, there's so many things
I-
that go into this. It's not just like straws
Stick
are
around,
bad.
Joey.
No, straws
I'm trying
are
to
bad.
get to
Stick around.
Caden's like last like question.
Oh yeah, I just go ahead, Mason. Finish up. I got you, Doc.
I don't want to say no.
Okay,
He thinks it's a waste of time.
Damn. I don't think you're a waste of time. I think you're pretty great.
Yeah, fuck
I think
off,
you're
Joey.
pretty great, except for when you do that shit. Onward.
Are you done?
Are you done? Because we can listen, but
Are you done?
I'll end it. I'll end this little thing that's going on. You can cut the tension with a knife right now. With straws, and you were saying like there's like bigger problems with like plastic and stuff. So yeah, straws might not be like the biggest problem in terms of
I wouldn't say that they are the like majority of like the plastic that's actually the problem.
yeah, sure. But once again, the ease of like starting off with this idea of banning straws in California, that's the easiest thing to ban. We're drinking drinks right now without straws. Easy. You don't need a straw. It's completely unnecessary.
Never drank whiskey with a straw.
You could say that. I mean, but you.
But then again,
Did you drink water? Did you drink your water out of your Yeti with a straw?
I don't use straws because I have a strong opposition to using sissy sticks because I'm severely homophobic. I'm kidding.
Oh my god! I was like, holy shit!
I'm
I
kidding. No,
got
but
nothing to say.
I don't know.
It's just like
don't use straws because I don't like it.
So I guess the way I'm trying to explain this to you is like, it's like step one in fixing the problem.
It's
a baby step. I get it in the right direction of like reducing plastic.
Why
And-
peel
and
the
it's
onion
not-
when
I
you
don't-
could
I
just
don't
go
think
to
it's
the
the
whole
biggest-
entire fucking middle?
I don't think it's the biggest problem. either.
Cars.
Dude, just
Okay.
go for the jugular right
Just
away.
go right smack in the middle.
Just cars.
No more. No, you don't peel the onion. Just go for
You
it.
just take a bite out of it like an apple.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be down.
You may
Do
cry.
you think you could actually do
You
that?
may cry. You may suffer.
Do I think I could?
Do you think you could take a bite out of an onion and chew it up and eat it?
Absolutely not.
I do.
Absolutely.
I really
not.
think I could.
Do you think you would throw up later?
No.
Let me tell you
I
something.
can't
I like-
because
I'd
because
be crying
onions
about
are
I've done this.
disgusting.
What? I like onions a lot.
I love onions, and so I did it. I actually did it. I was cooking one night at home, and I just was like, you know what? Like, how bad could this really be? I love onions. And so I just went crunch right into the middle of it.
Shrek does it.
Yeah, and that's actually who I was channeling. Like the whole time I was like, he did it. It must not be that bad. And just, oh my lord. Like it's like, honestly, it's fine for the most part. And then right before you swallow, it's like actually getting super like that burn sharpness or
Just
whatever.
like in your face.
But the worst part is like the feeling in your stomach of just a mouthful of raw onions you just chewed up. It will destroy you.
Didn't they do that on holes too? Didn't they eat onions on holes?
Oh no, it was like those turnip things that kept the lizards
the
away.
turnip. Yeah.
What is
No,
it,
I'm
turnip?
pretty sure they were onions.
I thought they were
Were
onions.
they onions?
I thought
Yeah.
they were onions.
They're like purple.
So that the lizards
purple
didn't.
onion, I guess.
Purple onions.
Red onion,
onions,
technically.
Red onions.
Yeah, whatever.
So that the lizards didn't get them.
Yeah, the poisonous things.
What are they
The
called?
things are like,
Yeah.
and, like the neck popped out. Those were scary.
He's like,
Holes was a dope movie.
It
Great
was.
movie.
Oh!
I actually saw it for the first time 2 months ago.
oh,
What?
What?
What? You can't make fun of me now. I already saw it.
That was
No,
such a
I'm
long-
gonna make fun of you.
such a long time to not see holes.
Just like missed a childhood.
That's prime
I
Shia
missed
LaBeouf.
I missed a lot of things. from
that
childhood.
is the Shia LaBeouf I know. That is mine.
Shia LaBeouf.
They used to call me Zero when I was little. because I had the afro.
Wonder why.
I'm a mixed kid. And like Zero was a mixed kid.
That's kind of messed up.
Oh,
okay.
how times have changed.
Because he stole the shoes. So are they calling you a stealer?
A stealer? You're
Thief.
a stealer. I'm not a raper.
I am not a raper.
Boom. A child.
No.
Oh,
Anyways.
man.
Do you think anybody will get that right there?
What?
The Vine
Vine
Just a
reference?
reference?
series of Vine references.
No, I
just keep
think-
pouring out.
I just feel like that's pretty iconic. I think people should know at least that one.
Maybe. But
I mean,
not.
what are? I'm not even gonna ask this question because I don't want to go into what's your favorite Vine.
Yeah, no.
You are
We do that-
Cookie Monster.
We do this every single day, so it's not like a big
We
deal.
do this every time we see each other for the first time in that day.
You are Cookie Monster. Yeah, 11 a.m. class every single day.
Yeah. It's not. It
Do y'all
just
really do that every day?
We just
Pretty much,
we
yeah.
literally just look at
Pretty
each other
much.
and we'll laugh about an Instagram video, and then we'll resort to communicating strictly through
Through
Vines.
Vines. Just Vine references throughout the whole class.
It's honestly a little bit sad.
Yeah. Y'all are weird.
What?
Da.
We just don't let go.
Guilty as charged.
Just don't let go.
Anyways,
So Joey officially has his own NBA team. Officially.
the Sixers.
Yeah.
Fucking buckets. Capital pho on
Because
that
Jimmy
fucking. let me
Butler
tell
got
ya.
traded to the 76ers, and his dad's from Philly. So
Boom.
it's the
You know,
perfect.
I'm okay
and,
with that.
And that's Joey's.
Because I'm a
This-
big.
I mean,
Ben
he can
Simmons
name-
guy.
we've
I'm
already
a big
done this.
Embiid guy.
You
Jimmy
can
Butler is the ultimate blacktop player.
Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. We'll see.
I
Just so
this
the-
whole
just
entire time,
honestly-
I thought you didn't even know his last name.
Just
So
just for the fact that every time you throw up a three in blacktop, you can just yell buckets, and you know we're talking about Jimmy Butler.
I bet I
Big
bet I have a
facts,
fact
yeah.
about Jimmy Butler that will make you like him even more.
Well, he's an incredible douche.
No. Well, yeah. No, he is.
I
He
mean,
is actually.
That works for me. It's not like I like him more or less. It's just awesome because I know he's egocentric as fuck.
He is. He
I
actually
love it. I love it.
He like destroyed the Timberwolves locker room. There was people were breaking down the plays. He was double teamed on one play, dribbled to the corner, handed it off to a dude in the corner who was then triple teamed because he brought his two dudes with him. It was just like low key sabotaging the Wolves until they traded him away because the coach, Thibodeau's a coach and the GM, so he wouldn't trade him away. Yeah, it was
Oh,
funny.
that's so
Oh,
annoying.
jeez.
But that wasn't even it. So he is a major douche. That's another thing.
I
On another
just
note,
think it's hilarious. It's good entertainment.
his favorite genre of music
Oh, Lord have
is
mercy.
country music.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's
I
so.
want to be a cowboy,
out there.
baby.
He was in his he was at the photo
Where's he
shoot
from?
today.
Where's he from?
I don't know. Chicago?
He's from
Jackson,
Chicago.
Mississippi.
Maybe. I don't know. But he was in his photo shoot today rocking the Philly gear, and they were playing country music for him while he was
So
taking pictures.
odd.
That's kind of cool.
I
Just-
dig it. Like it's
yeah.
a giant change in pace, but whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, now if
So-
you ever listen to Cody Johnson,
So
I bet you love him.
No, I bet he's a Nashville country kind of guy.
Yeah, I bet he loves Keith Urban.
Oh,
He loves
the
Keith
real
Urban.
South,
The big
Australia.
South End. the big. He's probably a big Jason Aldean fan too.
I still promise I could kick Jason Aldean's ass.
No, you cannot.
What
We have a
bitch.
debate going on, like back and forth, who's better, Jason Aldean or Blake Shelton,
Blake.
and both are pretty subpar, and both are like just superstars.
I've only seen
They're
Blake
not even-
Shelton
they're-
on The Voice, and he's pretty funny. So
Yeah,
I like
Blake
him.
I like
Shelton's
Jason
a
Aldean.
much more likable person. I'll tell you that right now.
And I've only seen one.
What is so grand about Jason Aldean? Why do you-
Across the Badlands.
Oh,
Dude, he makes good music.
What's
alright?
what's your favorite guy's name again?
what do you mean?
The guy you're always Coetzel.
I'm
Oh, Co's
Co Wetzel's overplayed now.
on Texas country? Yeah,
no.
probably, but
That's pretty much strictly what I
Listen to.
and Blake Shelton.
I don't. Actually, I have. Oh,
So you're
what's
just
that Blake
trying to
Shelton
argue
Wait,
with
so
me?
is
No,
Blake,
but
is
Blake Shelton's
Shelton
a
and
much more likable
Jason Aldean?
guy.
Is that what we're doing?
What?
Blake Shelton or Jason Aldean?
Jason Aldean just sucks.
So
ass.
which one?
Full circle.
Which one's worse?
Jason Aldean sucks on all accounts. I mean, Blake Shelton sucks because he's a Nissan guy now, which is stupid. But
That's reliable. His source.
Reliable.
what?
Oh, what?
Just
What's a source?
or not his source, just like it was really backed up with evidence.
I
Jason
don't need.
Aldean,
This
Blake
is,
Shelton,
yeah.
Blake
is-
Shelton
Blake
is
Shelton sucks.
is awesome, and Jason Aldean he just sucks ass. So Blake Shelton,
Boom, and that's it. That's my argument. No facts.
nope.
oh, I
nothing to
forgot
back it
the
up.
part when Mason had facts to tell me that Jason Aldean was somehow better than Blake Shelton, who he despises for some unknown reason.
He makes a
I
good
don't
point.
despise
He
him.
makes a good point.
I've never
But
said
you were so quick to say Blake Shelton was better or not as good as Jason Aldean. You're like, because he makes better music. How?
because
Because
he has a better voice.
Subjective.
that
I
is
did
wildly
it.
subjective.
I did it.
I mean,
I
okay,
finally got a
you
subjective
you
in.
really want to get into this? Okay,
I'll give it to
Blake
him.
Shelton, pretty much half of his songs are straight up the exact same.
Shout out to
Name the Dogs and Honeybee, literally the exact same
Shout
song,
out-
just with different lyrics.
Shout out to probably the highest grossing country music artist, Luke Bryan. Because he's
why are
the
you
king
putting-
of that. It's all the same. And so, what about freaking Jason Aldean? It's all the same, like, lead guitar riffs. They're all the same.
Name two.
What do you mean, name two?
Name two.
When was the last time you think I listened to Jason Aldean?
I guess it's a fair point.
Like,
I feel like, well, y'all have to come up with another argument because I feel like you guys can say that about any genre of music. It's,
Yeah.
You're all singing.
okay,
or
I just
rapping
think-
this will
or
end the
whatever.
argument. Who would you rather sit on a boat and have 2 beers with and fish with?
Blake Shelton.
Neither.
Blake Shelton all day.
No.
Because that's literally all he did as a kid growing up is he hunted for food on the table and fished for food on the table, and he's kind of been through some shit, so he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders about how the world it really is.
Cool stories.
I don't know. I just
Because I
still-
think Blake
I'd still
Shelton actually
I'd still
struggled
say
in his
neither.
life.
They're not,
I don't know Jason Aldean that well. So I don't know if he's like really been through it, but like I know Blake Shelton's story kind of well enough, and I just way rather hang out with him. And I don't think either one makes particularly like awesome music unless you're the 98% of the population that actually likes that terrible country music that seems to be coming out now. But
I have a question that y'all don't have to answer right now, but just like let it
I'm gonna
marinate.
answer it as soon as you're done. How about that?
Yeah, you probably could. But honestly, so like, name 5 people you would want to sit down with and have like a meal with, a meal and a drink.
I always have a different answer for
Celebrities
this. Dead or living?
Anybody?
or just anybody.
Anybody?
Anybody dead or living?
Dead or living?
Okay.
Anybody like politicians or celebrities, athletes, whatever.
George W. That's it.
Just George W.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I got a decent answer for this. What do you reckon?
Top
and then
5.
and then a reason behind each one.
All
like
right.
or like why. you want
The reasons might take a little bit longer, but let
it.
me
I got
just
time.
let me fuck. All right. Let's lead off with this is gonna get pretty interesting. I want Alvin York at the table, deadliest man in World War II, I think.
Oh my god.
He was a pacifist, and his preacher told him that by killing people, it would save more
Oh,
lives.
I've heard that guy.
He was a badass.
I heard of that guy.
And the only reason why he was such an incredible like shot is because he hunted his entire life, so he's like really used to like tracking with his eyes and sights and all that stuff. So
I've heard that story.
amazing.
Mine would be
you said Alvin
Forrest
York. I was like,
Gump.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
but then when you
Do you
explained
know
it,
who?
I got it, yeah.
I think if you did history the right way, pay attention, you know who he is. Chuck Norris. Duh. Actually, I've actually met Chuck Norris 3 times, and I sat one table away from him at our usual sushi restaurant in Dallas because he is like spends a lot of time there in our little like area.
Did you like go up to him or autograph anything?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
but everybody knows that like is at that restaurant with regularity and has seen him more than once.
Okay.
Everybody's like everybody sees Chuck Norris. And everybody like if you like make eye contact with him, you just kind of like nod, and everybody like lets him go sit at the table with his family and eat. And then as soon as like the check hits the table and he stands up to leave, then everybody like meets him at the entryway and like he does his thing for a while, and then he's like, all right, I'm out. But everybody kind of understands the.
Or else he'll give you his death glance and you'll die.
Otherwise, it'll be like that health insurance commercial where he kicks a salt shaker and breaks your nose. Awesome. So far, Alvin York, Chuck Norris. Because I mean, honestly, it's Walker Texas Ranger.
Wait. Mason, go.
I think I'm gonna save mine later. I can't.
You can't think of anybody?
I can't. Well, I there's so many, and I feel like I'm just gonna miss people.
Okay, fair enough.
So wait till the end of the podcast, and I may have some answers.
Might round it out with that.
I'll give you my first two.
All right, no, I'll think of two. So you go first, and
Yeah.
I'll think of two real quick.
Because I don't know if I can do a full 5, but I know that I can. And I could do a full 5, but I'm not going to.
Caden, I'm listening.
Number 1 is Will Smith.
Dude,
I grew up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Seen pretty much every episode. Still waiting to put him on Hulu or Netflix or something.
Dude, that would be so cool.
I know, right? And then I don't know if you guys if y'all keep up with Will Smith currently, but he's like,
I know he's just been
really
he's been
like,
a big like philanthropist, and
just on,
just,
like
he's on another level of just like
inspirational.
inspiration.
And, like,
Yeah,
he's still funny and he's still one of the biggest
I
actors.
feel like he's on the edge of kind of losing his mind.
top 5. Blake
Why?
Shelton.
I don't know. I feel like he's kind of like in that like arc, like a spaceship taking off. He's kind of like that arc right before he leaves the atmosphere. It's just whether he's gonna dip back down and kind of stay connected to Earth, or he's just gonna take off and end up like Jim Carrey and just be totally nuts.
I don't get that, but Jim Carrey is nuts though.
He's lost it. I mean, he was nuts before, but he was still kind of still on the same page.
Me
Yeah,
and Katie were watching that
when we watched
documentary,
that
on
documentary.
Netflix.
Where he
We didn't make it all the way
legitimately
through.
became somebody else in his mind.
it was creepy.
All right. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, so Will Smith, one of my heroes, idols, and like he just does like a lot of cool things now, where he's like he just takes risks and stuff like that. So
Like supporting the new Google phone.
does he?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's got like that wide shot lens, and it's like everybody get in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
Big risk.
number 2, I'm gonna add to the dinner table just to spice things up a little bit is Ellen, because Ellen's funny.
Ellen
as hell.
DeGeneres.
Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres. She's funny as hell. I love Ellen, and she'd
I
make
love
for
me some
interesting.
Ellen
She'd
on
make for like
occasion.
interesting conversation with the people,
Yeah,
with whoever else is at the
She
table.
could definitely carry a conversation. At least.
I was gonna make the point that like she can stir up a conversation and
Mhm.
everything, and I'm not like, I guess I am an Ellen fan, but I mean,
Well, I
whatever.
don't like
I'm not
watch the
gonna
show.
I'm not gonna
None of
get,
us
I'm
are
not,
like consistent.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm not gonna like
people.
get behind like it really, but I do like
But I am
really
a fan of her.
Yeah, I really appreciate how like she like influences people and how she like backs people up, kind of
Mhm.
like with what she did with Beto
I was like-
and all of them, and like she does it in such a non like
Yeah, I
targeted
got you.
way,
I got
you
you.
know?
Yeah, it's like
it's like
constructive,
all about like
bringing that person up.
bringing
Yeah.
friendship, bringing love, but still like she can still have like strong views and everything.
Even-
and I do
even-
respect that. Like,
even
a
on
lot.
Twitter,
'Cause-
she'll like, Trump will say something outlandish and ignorant or something, and then Ellen will get on Twitter and she'll say something about it, and it's like coming off like disappointed, but like it's not like talking shit. Like Chrissy Teigen,
Yeah,
she goes off on like,
No, dude, she's the most miserable person.
I don't
to
like
listen to.
Chrissy Teigen. She's annoying, but like that's like
person
the,
that I have a
the two
drink with is
difference.
actually John Legend, but I'm just kidding.
So yeah,
Um,
and then
I
I'll
don't know
throw-
why Ellen, like when you talk about Ellen and her positivity, I don't know why it had to be Beto and Donald Trump being an ass. We all know Donald Trump's an ass, but like, why did we have to go to both political examples?
because those
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
That's where like
She does so much more positive shit. Like she donated like 20 tons of dog food to the animal shelter so they don't kill dogs.
it's just the
Sure.
one thing I
Just-
came up with.
and then I fed off of his Beto statement.
All right.
Because what else does she talk shit about on Twitter? It's just
She
stuff
talks shit about Matthew McConaughey and his Lincoln commercials.
That's hilarious.
She makes fun
because
of
that's
like,
hilarious.
It's like they're friends.
It's
like,
awesome because
yeah.
she gets like she did one where she put herself in the backseat. It's awesome.
She's like legitimately like upset with the things that Trump says, and then she says it, but it's not like disrespectful, you know.
I'm saying I'm sorry I went and found a political thing and like it, I don't know, stir you the wrong way or something, but it's just the one thing that I found or that I like thought about, and two, it's just like,
Well, you
I don't
said you said supports people, and
Yeah.
that's what she did. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and then
That's all.
Obama, because it's fucking Obama. That's my third.
know, Obama.
Obama.
I think Will Smith, Ellen,
So-
and Obama would have a great time together.
I think so too.
And I would enjoy it because of that.
I have one,
Oh, good.
and it's just I can't think of any right now, but I know I like to listen to people talk about movies because I feel like I have a way of saying things about movies, but I'm not like very educated enough to like make my own opinion on things. So I really do like to listen to other people talk about them. So the one person that I probably would like love to have a drink with is Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin
'Cause-
Tarantino,
and just like
probably my favorite
listen
director.
to just like his just like influences, like what he thought about like making these kind of indie movies, because he definitely came off a limb, and he I don't know, he did something different that no one else has really kind of done with not the funding that everyone else gets. And it was impressive, just like how successful that he actually got. So that's
All of
definitely
his
one
movies are
person.
dope.
And if I can think of others, I'll let you know. What you think about?
So, have I have 3 or just 2?
You have 2. I just said my third one.
So, this is actually interesting. I would definitely have at my table the author of Shakespeare. Because there's a huge controversy as to whether he actually wrote him.
So just whoever wrote him.
Whoever actually wrote Shakespeare.
Oh damn, that definitely went over my head until you said that.
Because like there's actually controversy
I was
as to
like,
whether he wrote Shakespeare or
Yeah,
not.
I've heard that.
So, whoever actually
Do you
wrote
know
it, I want them to be there.
Do you know like the wait, what's the word? Not controversy. It's
That's our dog.
conspiracy. That's the word.
My grandmother did a whole speech about it.
Yeah. Do you know anything more about it?
So there was apparently like somebody who was like a lower class
I guess like what made people like what made this come about?
because he was never actually interested in like writing and super like scholarly stuff like that, like writing huge long stories.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some connection to this like lower class person who actually never had the resources to do it, but was actually a skilled writer. And so they think that it was just plagiarized. He just took his work and
Or like maybe they were working together. Like he was like behind the scenes.
There's, like,
and,
if they were
like,
working
agreed
together, then he would have gotten like there would have been payment. There would have been people who knew about it. But I think it was taken and passed off as his own.
So you don't think it was like under the table, like collaborative?
No, I think it was shady.
Hmm.
Or it was actually him and people just didn't understand that he had some kind of talent. But either way, the real author, I want him there. Because I actually think Shakespeare's hilarious. That's about as like...
Very intellectual of you, Joey.
I know. That's like actually one of those
Yeah, you
things.
have a really interesting group at your
Like, because
table.
like I actually really like to get deep into stuff. Like I'm actually reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu, which is one of the like highest recommended things everybody needs to read just because. So there's certain things where I get super intellectual about stuff. And when we started reading Shakespeare in high school, I realized this shit is fucking dope. It's hilarious. It's like, honestly, the entire time it's like making good life lessons, throwing shade. Making good life lessons. Oh, we killed your dad. And now everyone else is dying. There's some, like, I honestly loved them all.
Hilarious.
It was great. Just a lot of shade.
Hilarious.
I like it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
the
an
real
interesting
author
group.
of Shakespeare.
Wait, hold on. So
Whoever
three
it is.
people right
Alvin
now
York,
are
whoever wrote Shakespeare,
Alvin York, Chuck Norris.
and Chuck Norris.
See, I'm
That-
covering a big field here.
yeah.
Maybe Chuck Norris give me some workout tips. Maybe teach me how to use a harpoon out of the front of my truck.
You can talk guns with Alvin York.
Oh, yeah.
And
Alvin York can
pacifism.
teach me how to be closer to God and how to kick some fucking ass.
And then Shakespeare, you can just get down to what actually
Really
went
get
down.
some shit figured out. Like, whoever walks in the room like, oh, it was you.
I feel like if it is the author, if this conspiracy theory is actually true, if that author is if that's actually true, that man probably knows a hell of a lot
Some
more
shit.
than he knows something, and everyone needs to be listening to him. So I like that. That was a good pick. Good
Did you
choice.
come up with any
Really?
more?
No, it's just me and Quentin
Just you and Quinn?
just fist pumping
hanging
it out. Yeah, say hey,
Marg's outside. Fist bump.
hell yeah, exactly.
Just killing the game. Yeah.
Well, because I don't really want to just like, oh yeah, just like kick it with movie stars and stuff. You know what? I probably like. Man.
I would definitely have. I would also have LeBron.
I was gonna say basketball. I was literally about to say Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban's kind of dorky.
You know,
exactly.
I'd pick
I like.
Yeah, y'all would connect.
I'd pick Bo Jackson before LeBron, honestly.
Bo,
Just because he was kind of
cool.
the ultimate athlete. Everybody
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
picking-
looked at him and was like, "Yo."
I'm picking LeBron more for like off-court stuff more than anything.
That's fair.
Like I Promise school, like how I grew up without a dad, stuff like that.
Third, John Stamos.
They were saying John Cena,
John Stamos. That was such a good vine. There's like the lead up music to John Cena, and they're like John, and the guy goes Stamos.
I don't remember. Oh no, I do remember that.
Oh,
that was a good. That was a good
jeez.
one.
Oh.
I enjoyed that one.
Number 5 in my table. Cody.
You already
Co.
have all 5.
It.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
Noel Miller.
God.
I'm not having Cody Co.
Oh, the guy that was in that's friends with Cody. Cody.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
his
that
name?
guy.
Yeah,
Noel
that guy.
Miller.
Yeah.
Is that his
No,
name?
I don't think so. I don't think that's
something
a-
else.
I think it's. Nah, it's just Cody Co's friend.
Yeah.
It's like Cody Co's girlfriend.
That's
It's all as you're related to Cody Co. So, Cody Co subscriber number 1,000.
exactly.
I saw a list on Twitter. It was like white men that we trust, and it was like Chuck Norris, like JFK, like just random like super famous people, and then Cody Co made the list.
What
and I was
the
like,
heck?
I was like, what?
My
Yes.
lord. What about
He was
Abe
just-
Lincoln? The man can't even tell a lie.
It was just Cody.
You
Cody
know what's
Co, and
funny
then,
about
like,
this?
Boom, 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 boom. Just bangers of.
What, people
Big
thought
names.
Abe Lincoln was gay because he slept with his brother till he was like 20 years old?
No, that's
Whoa.
not what I was gonna say.
All right, then
What I
do
was
tell.
gonna say. What I was gonna say is that Abraham Lincoln actually, before Photoshop was a thing, obviously, because it's the 1850s, 1860s.
I heard
It
he was a
wasn't
big
necessary
Adobe
to say
Creative
it
Cloud kind of
without
guy.
What?
Photoshop.
No, he would put his face on like another man's a body that kind of resembled it, but he was like when he was going through candidate or like elections and stuff, he thought of himself as too tall and too skinny, like scrawny. Because like the way I perceive Abraham Lincoln is like 6'6", like 160.
skinny,
Yeah,
yeah.
just super skinny. But all the pictures, like he's kind of like he's not like
Kinda
he's not
filled out a little
yeah,
bit.
he's not like super buff or anything, but he's definitely not like
Skinny.
he's not skinny by any means. But like we learned this in art appreciation because I actually went to half the classes. I didn't go to many.
Yeah,
but
short
went
guys
to half
can
the classes.
choke.
That
Shout out to
he
your
would
peg.
put his face he would put his face on to like another person's body to resemble him like as a more attractive person or something.
Huh.
Not more attractive, just like not as scrawny
More-
to make
yeah.
him more
He could like sell
mighty.
himself better.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh, that's
That's
interesting.
Is that interesting? But he's
Yeah.
honest.
Honest Abe.
You know what I found out that what was crazy, and I found it out in college, was that like all throughout elementary school, junior high school, they always told you that like Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, and then they kind of told us that like it was because he like wanted to,
They gave you the good old Australian.
Yeah.
but nah.
and it wasn't until I was like 20 years old when I found, or like 2021, when I found out that he did it because like just to.
It was what was asked of him.
Yeah, well, they did it. He did it as a strategical thing because like it forced people to pick sides.
Yeah, it was a divisive
He's the
issue.
Yeah.
reason.
So
he is the
and people-
reason behind.
There were some countries on the fence, so then they were like they weren't like in
States.
it. Yeah, states. What did I say?
Just you said countries, but
Some states.
You know, at this point they were all leaving, so like they could, I
It could have
guess.
been.
So,
There
There were
you
some. There were like those
definitely
like
could have been.
border
Won't fault
states
you there.
in the middle that hadn't like picked a side yet. So they were like, he was like, look, either you join us or you go with them.
the
So
ones on the map that always had the stripes through them.
exactly.
anyway, but yeah, I thought that was crazy. That like that's like they can teach you whatever
just
you
did it
want
as a
growing up, and
motive.
then no one tells you until you get to like a certain stage. I
So
thought it was crazy.
would we reckon that he's the reason why we have such a drastic like divide in like political parties? Like there's such a divine
No.
line.
When did
There-
it switch?
well,
when did
so-
the ideologies of Republican and Democrat switch?
Well, so that's the
Well,
thing.
I don't know.
This just
I don't
gets
know what
this just
happened.
gets so wildly complex because everybody likes to say, "Oh, the Democrats started the KKK." Yeah, sort of, kind of, but names switch sides, and like there's just so much
there's
BS
so
that
many,
went on.
yeah, so many
So,
things. and
no,
shit.
yeah,
I wouldn't
people put on
credit-
Twitter like, "Oh yeah, the Democrats supported slavery." I was like,
But here's the thing: is like it's just really just becomes like what your definitions are, who became what when, and also at a certain time it was called Democratic Republicans.
Mhm.
So, like,
I know.
yeah,
like,
there was
read a
already
book,
divide.
decide for yourself.
There's already a divide.
That's a good point.
Stop
Anyway.
using your little mobile texter devices. Go check
Stop getting on that Twitter device.
Figure
and then
out-
You quit twitting and tweeting all these things, and then you go decide for yourself.
But no, I would not credit Abe Lincoln with having such strong opposing political parties.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
give him that.
I think it was already.
I think it was already established, or
Yeah.
was it?
Oh, there's always been parties, but they've all shifted so much.
Yeah, it's.
But
already-
they've always-
even in the last 10 years, they've shifted so
Yeah.
much.
You're
Regardless,
right, you're right.
they've always been divided. Though.
Because like there's videos of George W. Bush saying that like open borders aren't necessarily a terrible thing, and then there's Obama saying migrant workers from other countries are disrespecting like all of our labor force, so that's anti-immigration. And now Donald Trump says no immigrants, so it's or no like illegal, like
Just depends.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's
Give
just,
it 10 years, Donald
just-
Trump's gonna be like,
yeah. So you have
Bring 'em
Republican George W.
bring it back.
opposing the same thing that Trump says, while
Yeah.
Democrat Obama said the same thing as Bush, but not. It's just everything changes so much,
That's true.
Pretty much boil it down. Politics sucks.
Yeah,
and
it's-
nobody has any idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's just
I have no idea what the.
I
fuck
have
I'm
no idea
talking
what I'm
about.
talking about when I talk about politics. So
Po-
if I ever
politics
get
hurts
in a
my
debate
head.
with anyone about politics, I probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So
Get
have
rid of all
fun.
the cars,
get rid of the cars, all of them now.
all of them.
Who y'all got winning the Super Bowl? Who you got?
If you want to talk about this, I have a strong feeling that the Saints are going to pull it off.
Oh, come on! I said that.
Dallas Cowboys
But-
cheerleaders
Nice.
Obviously.
That's my second pick.
every year.
You know what I thought that was pretty. So the power rankings came out today. You know what I thought was impressive. We'll get back to the Super Bowl, but I thought it was crazy that the Minnesota Vikings were number 8. I was like,
I haven't heard anything about the Vikings.
exactly, and I'm just like, dude,
They do
They've-
have that
they've-
beast, Adam Thielen, though.
yeah, because he's on your fantasy team.
Well, he's a monster anyway.
Yeah,
He's the
he
second
is a
best
monster
receiver in the
anyway.
league by far,
Yeah, I'm
behind
just
Michael
saying,
Thomas, who's on the Saints.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the Vikings are the most low key team, and they could pull a run for anyone's money, but I still have the Saints winning just because I think the NFC are, I think they're here, and the AFC has. Well, I mean, they have the Chiefs and the Patriots, man.
How crazy of a Super Bowl
I-
would that be if it was the Chiefs and the Saints?
Versus that's going to be a good.
That'd be like the
game.
highest scoring
I honestly
Super Bowl.
don't know who
That's
I
gonna
would
be a
cheer
good
for. I'm
game.
actually a big Drew Brees guy.
Well, I
And
have the
then-
Saints
Legitimately,
winning. Yeah.
Actually, I think Drew Brees and Serena Williams went to the same tennis camp.
How do you know that?
What?
This is like the third time I've blown everybody's mind here. I mean, I'm
All the
about
time.
to fact
Such
check
a, like,
this.
nonsensical. That just doesn't make sense why you would know that.
So this is what I'm saying. So if did the Rams win last week?
Mhm.
Yes, they did. Like barely, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they
I
won.
think they barely won.
Yeah.
I think
Anyways,
But they got the Chiefs. They got the Chiefs on Monday.
The
Monday Night
Rams do?
Football.
yes.
In LA. It got moved from Mexico City.
So I'm saying, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
That just happened today. They were
Yeah.
they were supposed to be playing in Mexico City, but it got moved to LA because of safety something,
Interesting.
or the field wasn't good.
Interesting. Anyways,
Oh wait,
What I
Wait,
seriously-
wait. It was Andy Roddick and Drew Brees went to the same. He beat Andy Roddick, who's one of the greats in tennis.
who did?
Drew Brees
Drew
beat
Brees?
him in tennis at tennis camp. And well, obviously,
like the Wimbledon winner Andy,
Andy Roddick's got a ton of different titles and a ton of different champion.
the Great
whatever
Britain
they are.
dude, or is he? No, he's
I
from the
don't-
U.S. No, Andy Roddick's the USA guy.
So yeah, it says as a boy, Drew Brees defeated future tennis star. Andy
I'm talking
Roddick.
about Andy Murray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Andy Roddick is from United States. Yeah, my bad.
So yeah, Serena Williams was. I don't. that was misplaced. But yeah.
Well, if so to bring it back to Super Bowl, this is how I think it's going to go down. However, the playoffs kind of real. It's definitely going to be the Patriots and the Chiefs fighting it out, and I think the Chiefs are going to come off on it.
I hope so.
It kind of depends on who has the home field advantage.
Because I
feel like the Chiefs win.
Isn't there no home field advantage?
There is, and until they get to the Super Bowl, yes. The Super Bowl is no home field advantage.
It's at a neutral site.
And
But
yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Playoffs.
In the
but
Super
in playoffs.
He's talking about
okay,
Patriots.
okay.
I'm talking about like,
Pats
the
and
AFC
Chiefs.
Championship. So I think the New England playing at New England really had a toll on the Chiefs, just because like their defense isn't there, and like the momentum definitely had a feel for it. And if it was played at Chiefs, like the Chiefs are known to have like the loudest stadium, like in the
West Ham.
Are they?
yeah that I mean
I
that's
thought
what
it was the Seahawks.
could. Fuck, dude, I don't know. Don't fact check me on it. That's just what I.
Well,
this
there's
is
like
what
this.
this is what I heard a
Let me
commentator.
get my decibel reader
There's like
out.
there's
this
like
is
this.
this is what a commentator said one time when I was watching a football game, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he's right."
I mean,
So-
they might have like the best fades or whatever. But
Yeah.
I thought the way there's like this big thing when the Seahawks were really good when they were winning the Super Bowl and stuff. They said that like the way that their stadium is built, it like maximizes like the
It's probably super
octaves
steep,
and
so it
stuff.
keeps all the fans like super close to the
That's
playing
cool.
surface.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like something about the
Well,
stadium. So there you go.
There you go.
Fuck you, commentator.
All I'm saying is the Chiefs definitely have a loud stadium.
Lay
And
off,
I
Joe
think
Buck.
I think that could make a big
So boring.
deciding factor as to who's gonna win that game. Is definitely the fan base behind it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think that could go the other way on the NFC when the Saints when the Saints and the Rams play, and it kind of depends on who, because I think also the Saints had home field advantage, and it was definitely like a good like momentum shifter for that, especially because they just kind of went off in that game when they played the Rams.
Aren't the Mannings
But-
from Louisiana?
I don't know where they're from.
I think they're from Louisiana, aren't they?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because I had a teacher who actually babysat both Manning brothers, or all three of them, when they were super young. But like, then she moved away and kept teaching because of her husband's job. But I just going. I definitely think it was definitely Louisiana.
So
Cool.
random.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Louisiana?
I've driven through that shithole a bunch of times.
I've driven
I
through.
kind of like it.
I went to.
What part?
Lafayette.
Oh my god!
It's south of Baton Rouge.
All I'm
I've
saying
only driven through Baton
Is if
Rouge.
I fall asleep on a road trip headed east out of Texas, you can bet your freaking ass I'll wake up as soon as we hit those piece of shit roads. Like, you cross that state line, it's like,
Shreveport?
holy shit.
Yeah, Shreveport has,
Welcome
like,
to the
worst.
shoulder only.
Mississippi's definitely the worst state here. It's the
No.
armpit. It's
Louisiana's the arm. Actually,
Nope.
Louisiana
Mississippi
and
is
New
the
Jersey.
armpit of America. It
Yeah,
sucks.
Mississippi's kind of bad.
Mississippi's just like, just totally, like, from my perspective, it's totally, it's like, it's got some stuff, but it's also just like not super special to me. But like, Louisiana stands out. I mean, New Orleans obviously doesn't count because it's just like its own little deal at the very bottom. It doesn't play by the rest of the rules because it's not real life. But Mississippi's kind of just like flyover, like, no big deal. Like, it's just normal. Louisiana is specifically bad. It's just a massive dump.
Wait, no, I have something to counter that.
What about Mississippi
I'm back.
pisses you off so bad?
What about Louisiana pisses you off so bad? What's so bad about Louisiana? Because there are things in Louisiana that are like you can do and that are like fun. You can go to an LSU football game. You have Bourbon Street.
Okay.
What can you do in Mississippi? It's a shitty, shitty place. It sucks. Name one thing you can do there that's fun.
You can cross
Other
the
than, like-
Mississippi River like Lewis and Clark did in the expedition when they met Sacagawea.
That's
So,
whack as fuck.
first of all,
That's whack. It's not fun.
I never said that Mississippi had super redeeming qualities. It's got Ole Miss, which is a great, like, it's honestly a great
Sure,
school.
sure,
It's a small
but
town, all that
Diamond
stuff.
in the rough.
We're talking about what's worse.
What's worse? So here's my thing is, you take away the one little piece of Louisiana that is like the shining star. That's the only reason why people even go there. New Orleans. New Orleans.
Sure.
Get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Shitty roads. Disgusting. I can't say that. I can't say that. But like, the roads are terrible. I've never stopped in a place that's not New Orleans where I was like, oh, like this place isn't that bad. I could actually consider living. I could never consider living in Louisiana.
Would you?
I'd go there to hunt alligators.
Wait,
I was about to say something about that. Would you believe it if their motto was the outdoors state?
It's supposed to be a sportsman paradise.
Yeah, it is. And
But-
it is.
But like,
It's got everything that Texas has to offer, but shittier,
except for antelope and, all of the plains animals.
I guess.
Okay.
Okay, you're right.
So
That's
hold on.
fair point. I don't even know
to,
why I said
about
that.
to totally ruin your argument. You said if you take away the one spot in Louisiana,
Which is surrounded by crime also, ironically.
if you take away that one
It's still
spot,
kind of a shithole.
if you take away that one spot, right? But in order, you have to take that away. What's one place? Why would anybody go to Mississippi? There's no spot in Mississippi that people are like, oh yeah, let's go here.
Jackson, Mississippi.
No, especially Jackson, Mississippi. That's the shittiest part.
Wait. Does Mississippi even have like a beach life, like at all?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Nobody goes to Mississippi.
I don't
for
even know.
anything.
I'll be honest with you, I have no
People
idea.
go to Louisiana for stuff. Nobody will ever go to Mississippi for something fun. That's my point.
Ole Miss, they'll go there for Ole Miss.
Yeah,
Katy Perry's an honorary graduate of Ole Miss now, strictly because she likes to go to their tailgates.
People like to go to LSU football games, so those cancel out.
Yeah, but they're also degenerate fucks who drink more than everybody else because they're brain dead.
So are people in Mississippi,
That's true, but
so those cancel out too.
I will say that I did despise the traffic just outside of Jackson every time I drive home from Alabama.
Yeah,
That
kinda
was
sucks.
miserable. It was traffic in the middle of nowhere for no reason. Like,
I mean,
got
I'm
through
kinda-
Jackson, and all of a sudden it was like, boom, traffic.
So I'm kind
It's
of
new.
with Caden on this one.
Thank you.
Like, there's a couple things to do in Louisiana. There's just nothing to do in
Exactly.
Mississippi. So the way
Case
I think
closed.
of I don't even. I mean, I was about to go to Ole Miss, and I seriously don't like. I don't know why.
I think Louisiana is specifically bad. That's why it's not as good as Mississippi, is because it is just like, I've never had any sort of, like, I've only had negative associations with A, how shitty the roads are, B,
My God.
like,
never
no,
had a
honestly,
good
the
experience.
roads, like, honestly, I think we're spoiled here in Texas because our roads are honestly pretty great. We take care of our roads.
Yeah, I was about to say, what is one thing that we can't agree on?
Texas
Nothing's
is awesome.
gonna beat Texas.
We're arrogant bastards because Texas is still
Texas
number
is
one, baby.
By far the best state in America.
I'll just have you know,
No
It's
question.
the best
If we-
country in
if we-
America.
if we seceded from the United States,
I'd be
we
down.
would have the 13th largest economy in the world. We would be A-okay.
Suck on that, Canada.
We would actually make more money with taxes than what we do now because we actually give $1 to the federal government and it's given back to us in 93 cents, whereas in Mississippi, they give $1 and they get $3 for every single dollar that they give. Therefore, if we were to secede, we would be honestly better off.
Rich
But
as hell.
I'm not going to
I'd
go
be
into
so
this.
down.
I love America. America's a great country,
Fuck America.
but Texas is a better country. That's my mic dropping.
So,
I don't know why it makes that noise. It's kind of weird to go.
Hold
Are you
on.
fact checking me right
Hold
now?
on, no, not
Oh.
specifically that, but oh my god, this is depressing.
You want to know where I got my facts?
would you look
No.
up like fun things to do?
There's just that. All right, rank. Never mind, that totally does not support where I was going with that. Apparently, Mississippi is fucking 6 whole states ahead of Louisiana in obesity rate.
Okay, but Texas is definitely way up there.
So
too.
obviously their food's better. Boom, dude, that's brutal. They're both. It's like, what was it? It was Mississippi, It's Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Oklahoma, all over 35% adult obesity.
Wait, Texas didn't even make the top 5?
Texas is at a solid 30 to 34.9%. We could be at 34.89%.
What's our ranking?
We're up there. Or when was this updated?
We gotta be up
2017. Not bad.
Yeah, no, we got to be up.
14.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
was
we're getting
last year.
skinnier, boys.
We
That's
are.
awesome.
We're getting skinnier.
Really
doing
slimming
it.
up. Iowa's been putting on some heavy lifting
That's what
here.
I'm talking about.
There's
That
no
is
to
all
do
those
in
New
Iowa.
Year's
I was at
resolutions
number 4.
getting in.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm talking about, boys and squirrels.
What?
West Virginia, Mississippi,
Squirrels.
Oklahoma, Iowa, Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, rounding out the top 7.
Wow.
All over 35%.
Wow.
Adult obesity. My lord.
Wow.
How is Alaska number 9?
I didn't even know they had people live there.
They eat good up there.
They don't. They fucking find it all in the woods.
Well, they have to like girth up so they keep themselves warm.
Yeah, but you would think so. I guess they just need to like measure them in spring when they just come out of hibernation.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
lost all their weight.
Yeah.
When they
Oh,
come out of
okay.
hibernation, is that what you
So Alaska fluctuates between number 9 and number 49, depending on when you measure them throughout the year.
said?
Jeez.
Good point.
So much for fat people. Louisiana, Mississippi. Y'all should just have a war and figure it out.
You know, let's be honest.
If you
here.
can get off the couch and stop eating fried mayonnaise balls, go after it. But thanks for tuning in. This has been a Few Dramatic Men.
Peace.
And
See you guys.
see you on the other side.
See you next week.